Yo, what's up guys, my name's Hakiii, and in this video we're gonna take a look at everything you missed in the Michael reveal for the Mansions update. A lot of cool features both in the trailer and in a brand new part of the Rockstar Games website. The first thing a lot of people missed that's actually one of the coolest features in this entire update is a new type of vehicle, but it's not any type of ordinary vehicle you can think of. This is a self-driving Uber/taxi, so if you know it in real life, in some streets across America there is something called Waymos, which is basically kind of like Uber or a taxi. You order it on your phone and then it gets to you, but it doesn't actually have a driver. It is completely self-driving. It's just a robot car that you get inside of, and then using the GPS and all of the AI technology, it gets you to the destination. So it looks like Rockstar is making a parody of it in GTA Online, which is awesome. You can see the little sensor on the top of the vehicle. That's something similar to what Waymos have in real life, and it looks like Rockstar is going to be using the Karen Vivanite for these Waymos parodies. Now this raises a big question. Are we actually going to get this as a spawnable vehicle that's just going to be roaming the streets in free roam, or is this just going to be a purchasable vehicle, or maybe even only available in certain missions through the mansion? It definitely would make GTA 5 a lot more realistic to see those, just because you're starting to see more and more of them in real life across America. If I had to guess, I think it might be purchasable, but at the same time it's going to act similarly to the Jubilee in the agency. If you don't know, if you go in the agency to the front desk, then you have a fast traveling method. You can pick a certain destination on the map to go to, like the airport, Paleto Bay, Sandy Shores. You select whichever destination, then it puts you in a few second cutscene of the Jubilee driving you to that destination. It might be a similar feature with this mansion. Basically we get a fast traveling option, and instead of the Jubilee with an actual driver, we can contact the AI concierge inside of the mansion and then get a self-driving Vivanite to take us to wherever we need to go. So it might be a pretty similar feature to the agency fast travel. At the same time though, it would be really cool to have this as an add-on to, let's say, the regular taxi in GTA 5, just because this is much more up to date and much more aligned with today's culture and technology scene. This is what it's going to be called. So instead of Waymo, it's going to be called No Way, and on this billboard it says, "We know where you're going, autonomous hailing system." So this is one thing I'm super excited about, and honestly a really cool add-on in GTA 5. Best believe we're probably gonna get Waymos in GTA 6 as well. Very smart addition by Rockstar. Let's move on to the next thing you might have missed. Obviously you know Michael and Amanda are gonna be in this DLC, but did you know they definitely look a little bit different over 12 years later since the release of GTA 5? So Rockstar actually did a good job to make the age more appropriate to this time, and both of them definitely look a little bit older than 12 years ago, which definitely does make sense. So good on Rockstar for that. Inside of the mansion's office, we can see what it looks like. We can see the AI concierge on the wall with what looks to be a custom name for it. So we're going to be able to give a custom name to our AI concierge. So like we can name our CEO assistant. This is going to be the same idea. And on the computer, it looks like we do have the master control terminal on it. So like we have inside the Terabyte or inside the arcade, this is also going to be a master control terminal we can buy and basically restock any of our businesses through one computer. So pretty convenient option right there. And in this scene on the right side, we can see a sliding door actually sliding closed. I'm not sure how it's going to be working, just because we don't really have these seamless entrances into our properties. It's always a black loading screen we have to go in to actually get inside of our properties. And so I'm really confused on how this is going to work, because if you think about it, if you have a sliding door that's just going to open and close constantly from your property, it means other GTA Online players could break into your house, because it doesn't require a loading screen and it doesn't have to have any permission to go inside. Plus there's going to be multiple people owning the same mansion in each session likely, so I really don't know how it's going to work with the sliding doors going in and out of the mansion. The only thing I could think of is maybe there will be an invisible barrier where the sliding door could actually be open, but if another player tries to go in, he's actually locked out. Not sure what Rockstar is going to do with this feature, but definitely a pretty interesting one that we haven't seen before in GTA Online. We also get a shot of inside of the safe in our property. We did see we're going to have a huge safe, and it looks like we're going to have a lot of stacks of cash, with a bunch of cash stacked inside of the cells there. Not sure how this is going to work either. It could be cash that we actually gather up from missions that we do inside these mansions, or I'm not exactly sure where this cash is from and why it's stored outside instead of inside. This is another shot of it from inside of the cells. This is what the mansion garages are going to be looking like. So we have a close-up of the FMJ Mark V, which is a very flashy supercar that we saw in the the newswire, and then we have a couple of new vehicles behind it. Obviously, we don't know the name of them just yet, but I don't recognize any of those vehicles. I think that's a BMW in blue right there. We also have some sort of grotty green car. That's gonna be some sort of like Ferrari Sports Classic if I had to guess. On that wall alone, we have 7 total vehicle slots, so it's probably gonna be much more than just a 10-car garage. Plus, it could also have multiple floors, so it could very well be like a 20, 30, 40, 50 car garage. Here's another shot of 3 of the new vehicles we're going to be getting. So we have the FMJ Mark V on the right there. We have the Grotti Ferrari Sports Classic in the middle, and then I think that's a new type of Porsche on the left side there in black and orange. Actually, I'm not sure if that's the new Porsche, but it is the car that we saw in the newswire in green, I believe. So it's got the 67 on the livery. That's got to be intentional by Rockstar. There's no way. And then a new part of the website, which is called rockstargames.com/GTAonline/mansions, with a bunch of information, including a first look at the mansion on the right side of Vinewood Hills. So similar shape to Devin Weston's mansion, just flipped, I would say. There's that beautiful looking Porsche in red right here on the driveway. It's gonna have an outside gym on it. It's gonna have a cute little doggy like we have Chop the dog at the agency. Another quick look at the in-game garage with this thing. This is what the helipad's gonna be looking like on the roof of the mansion. And what might be the coolest thing is the amount of customization in the interior. I mean, they don't even show the trophy room in the trailer, which is unfortunate, but this is what it's going to be looking like. Amazing feature right there. That was one of the things I was hoping for a lot. And in the reflection, I do think that's the podium vehicle next to it. So we're going to have a whole podium vehicle instead of inside the casino, literally in our house. We're going to have our very own tattoo shop plus barber shop inside of our property, and an indoor pool by the looks of it as well in the back here. So no real need to go to an outside barber shop or tattoo shop anymore. And we're gonna have 3 main styles we can choose from for our property. So we have the San Andreas Coastal, the Los Santos Loft, and the Vinewood one. All different colors, different quartz, and some wood on these. This is only the general customization. We're gonna have a bit more in-depth customization, which is super important, obviously. So nice customization right there. As we said, the podium vehicle, this is, I think, yet another new vehicle that we don't know the name of just yet, but it is another Pfister vehicle, as you can see. We're also going to have an armory like in the agency, so kind of a lot of similarities. An arcade room and a vehicle workshop. Hopefully the vehicle workshop is going to be really useful and actually let us upgrade Amani Tech in there, and maybe even HSW, so they're not limited anymore to just the agency and the LS car meet. That would be a pretty cool feature. Those are the main things that you might have missed in the Michael reveal for the mansions update. I'll keep you guys updated with any more awesome information soon. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new for more awesome videos like these that you don't want to miss. Click the one on the screen now to see more. I hope y'all enjoy that video, and peace.